Five Action reported that Donald Trump signed a bill to deny Planned Parenthood of Title IX funds. This is good news for the pro-life movement. Reason.com reported that Mark Zuckerberg wants the United States government to violate the First Amendment by censoring political speech on Facebook. Newsweek reported that Russia opened a military base in Venezuela. Haaretz reported that Likud made an election promise to annex more land in the West Bank. WFXT reported that Anthony Weiner has to register as a sex offender. The Telegraph reported that England, Wales, Cornwall were happy to exit on no deal. Only Londoners want a deal. Metro reported that 3 people were stabbed in one night in London. Vanity Fair reported that billionaire hedge fund manager Ray Dalio says a revolution is coming. NPR reported that the United States labelled the Iranian Revolutionary Guards as a terrorist organization. This is projection, as it is the United States who is the aggressor, not Iran. Newsweek reported that Barack Obama said that being disturbed by immigration doesn't mean that people or a person is racist. The Times reported that Catherine Sapone said Irish politics is male, pale and stale. Sapone should be condemned for racism and sexism. South African news reported that Zimbabwe will pay $18 million to farmers affected by land reform. Zimbabwe Live reported that Julius Malema labelled Emerson Mnangagwa a sellout over the payments to farmers. The Society for the Protection of Unborn Children reported that the British government gives £42 million a year to Planned Parenthood and Mary Stopes. Life News reported that Georgia Governor Brian Kemp will sign House Bill 481. Reuters reported that Likud won the Israeli election. WFXT reported that the Bank of America increased its minimum wage to $20 an hour. This means that Bank of America's employees will make $41,000 a year. Credit to Bank of America. American Voices reported that Ilhan Omar dismissed 9/11 as some people did something, and it reported that Ilhan Omar called for Muslims to raise hell and make people uncomfortable. The Irish Sun reported that Peadar Tobin said that ISIS bride Lisa Smith should return to Ireland. He is simply wrong. Extra.ie reported that Lisa Smith is begging to return to that I say tough shit. News 24 reported that Cyril Ramaphosa is urging young white people to stay in South Africa. As South African News pointed out, it is too late for Ramaphosa to apologise to white people in South Africa. The Guardian reported that Penny Mordaunt says that the British government will defend the abortion industry. No surprise there. Life News reported that Jimmy Carter said that the Democratic Party should abandon its pro-abortion position. You'd think after losing thousands of seats they would get the hint. The New York Times reported that Assange was arrested in London, and I will be among many in saying that this is unjust. Refinery 29 reported that Texas legislators introduced a bill that could make abortion a capital offence. WTHR reported that Ohio banned abortion after a heartbeat is detected. Credit to the state of Ohio. The Evening Standard reported that Pamela Anderson said that Britain is America's bitch after Julian Assange's arrest. She is entirely correct. The Financial Times reported that the International Monetary Fund agreed a $4.2 billion fund for Ecuador. We now know what the inflation on 30 pieces of silver is now. Al Masdar reported that John Bolton wants wars with Russia, China and Iran. Breitbart reported that German parents were fined for not sending their son on a school trip to a mosque. NITV reported that an Australian High Court will decide if Aborigines can be deported. So, where are these indigenous natives being deported to? Idiots. Sputnik reported that Raul Castro said that Cuba is preparing its military defense and strengthening its economy in the face of hostility from the United States. Prism Daily News reported that Britain is powerless to block European Union decisions due to qualified majority voting. The Irish Times reported that the Free State government rejected a neutrality bill in the Leinster House Assembly. The Daily Mail reported that 8 out of 10 rapes in Sweden where the perpetrator is unknown to the victim are carried out by immigrants. The Daily Mail reported that 9-year-old Aaron Dugmore was bullied to suicide for being a white, Occidental, European, Aryan Caucasian by an Asian gang at his school. 75% of Erdington Hall primary school children are non-white.